everyone, welcome to our discussion on how to improve the overall well-being of an individual. Uh, what we understand when we look at the modern day lifestyle or the kind of people that we interact in our practice is that most of us have one or the other sort of anxiety, or we all have a lot of things that bothers us on a daily basis. It could be something from the work front, something to do with our personal life, or something to do with daily chores. Every individual in modern world is bothered by one thing or the other. What bothers us is a known fact that doesn't require a lot of explanation, but what we have to pay attention is to understand why we get bothered and how to stop bothering, most importantly. A lot of things are discussed in media today. There are many experts who come and tell us how to control our anxiety. A lot of people give us a lot of tips how to manage our worries. But what we know for sure is that in Indian understanding, anxiety or worry is not just a thought process to stop, but it is a lifestyle change. And when we are talking about lifestyle change, it is not only about having a slow-paced life or trying to reduce our workspace, because in modern times you cannot stop reducing your work demands. Rather, day by day the work demand would increase, be it at home or be it in the office. So what does our ancient literature tell us is very fascinating. That is to practice meditation. One who practices meditation is found to have significant impact on their ability to control their worries and anxieties. Now again, when we talk about meditation, we are not necessarily talking about the act of sitting in one place and closing our eyes. That is one aspect of meditation. The Indian description, the definition of meditation is to have the ability to be mindful of our thoughts, or to have the ability to channel our thoughts into one point concept, and that is called manana. When you do manana, when you sit and think about a concept that is very important, something which is very significant, will help us in channelizing our thoughts. So what happens when we do manana, what happens when we do meditation is there is a significant change in our brain activities. There is a part of the brain called amygdala which is known to get stimulated when we are anxious or when we worry too much. So those who have too much of anxiety or too much of worry will have heightened activities of amygdala. So if we want to address this issue, the best way that we have is through practicing meditation. So one who practices meditation is found to have lesser stimulation of amygdala and the frontal lobe. So the brain by itself will start functioning in a different way when you start meditating and when you start practicing manana. So through these activities, we will be able to control our anxieties, we will be able to manage our stresses, we will be able to stay less worried about things that are happening around us. And not just that, with this practice, when manana becomes a daily practice, when you keep developing the habit of channelizing your thoughts on one concept, you also will come out of what is called the flight and fight response. We usually end up with this conflict of should I fight and get what I want, or should I escape from that situation, right? But we always end up with these two conflicts. What if there is a third one? And the third one is to solve the problem. The third one is to have the ability to think through the problem. And that ability is what we acquire when we do meditation and when we practice manana. So friends, manana therefore is a very precious skill, very precious strategy that our ancient Indian knowledge system has given to us. Let us all practice manana like how our ancestors used to do, and make our lives much healthier and be more mindful about our well-being. Thank you so much for watching. Let us meet again with another concept.